We have a anti-bullying policy, and last year we have asked the Student Council to comment on the policy. They were fantastic, and they came up with some suggestions which we invited them to present to the governors. Since then, we have been working with the Student Council, the teacher responsible for the Student Council, and we've been working to develop our anti-bullying policy so that it effectively incorporates the student ideas. Is it effective? Yes, I believe it is effective. It provides a clear framework for the school to understand what bullying is, what steps we need to take to make sure that bullying is not happening in the school, and what steps we take to prevent the reoccurrence of bullying where it does happen.
Do you feel students struggle to disclose on bullying incidents, and why?
At times, I think students do struggle. I know from my own experience at school, there was a period when myself and my friends were getting bullied by some older students. And I know at the time we didn't report it. So I understand from personal experience why young people may not do that. And I think it's to do with the fear that it makes the problem worse, the fear of being labelled a snitch, and all these things, which I understand.
How do you define bullying?
I think the way I would define it is that in a situation where someone is trying to impose their will onto someone else, and you can take lots of different forms. It can be done verbally, emotionally, physically, via the internet, that kind of thing.
As a member of staff in college, what is your policy on bullying?
College policy is zero tolerance, and I think that is effective because it creates an environment in which people know that it's something that won't be tolerated under any circumstances.
Do you feel students struggle to disclose bullying incidents?
I think they can, because they feel possibly that they might feel a bit embarrassed or feel that it could make the situation worse, but I think every member of staff feels that it's their obligation to try and reassure people that that's not the case and they should come forward.
Do you think bullying will always exist in our society?
Hopefully not, but unfortunately, to some extent, the hope is obviously that people will come round to thinking that it's something that won't be tolerated, and that the number of people doing it will get fewer and fewer, and then it will just disappear.
Has experienced bullying in education?
It was mainly in secondary school. I did have a few experiences in primary school, but it was mainly the first few years of secondary school.
How long did it go on for?
Around sort of year 7 to year 9 of secondary school.
Did you report the bullying to the school or college?
I did the first few times, but I found reporting it just made it worse. We did have a zero tolerance on bullying, but it didn't seem to make a difference even if the teacher stepped in or not.
Did you believe the school dealt with it efficiently?
No, in a way, but not fully. Just telling the teachers about the bullying just made it worse. So after a while, I just learnt to deal with it because I felt that they weren't doing enough to keep me safe.
Did the bullying end, and how?
The bullying didn't actually end. I decided to take myself out of education in year 9 and decided to be homeschooled because of the bullying. But I think if I'd stayed in education, the bullying wouldn't have stopped.
To the top.